Hi, Darren Hall here from trainingwithhorses.com again. Just wanted to show you an extraordinary graph from yesterday's Ascot Gold Cup, which despite all the tools at our disposal and the many years experience that we've got across the traders who frequent our trading room and our chat room, really no one could have foreseen movements like this within the actual market. Extraordinary in the sense that we're obviously looking at a Group 1 race here at Royal Ascot. You can see the horse in question here. This is a screenshot, so I can't actually interact with it. But the horse in question was Kingfisher, Ryan Moore, who's obviously hosing it up every single day of the meeting so far. We're on Friday today, so the first 3 days have seen him take 8 winners out of the 18 races so far, which has been extraordinary. So, you know, looking at this at first hand, not too much surprise there to see a bit of a gamble going on and a horse moving in from priced above 10s there and coming in to around about 6. I think that was sort of a price where it sort of hovered around for certainly a particular length of time anyway. You can see here we've got £3.8 million matched on the market, and 900,000 of that is on this particular runner. But it's this area of the graph which is really quite extraordinary, because what we see here, and it's just the behaviour of it, because again we talk about the markets, particularly at these bigger meetings, providing us with stability and very often the ability just to be able to scalp within a range, very small sort of tick movements, and the stability is created by the volume. You can see there's no issue here with the volume itself, but what we suddenly saw was a market which was behaving like it could be a Monday afternoon all weather seller type race. Really, it was quite bizarre, really, and it was one of those moments where you had to sort of sit back and watch it and just think, I don't really go and get too involved with this. I mean, fortunately, actually personally, I was on a lot of offers in this race from bookmakers, so I wasn't really looking to do too much with my positions themselves, because that would have just overcomplicated an already complicated position within the market, because we had various bets with bookmakers and price boosts and ARBs and whatever going on. So it was just really a case of looking at the market and trying to offer some advice to people where we could. But this was almost a hands-off experience, because once we saw what was happening, we just wanted to take a back seat, and even the tools that we had at our disposal couldn't really put us in a position to predict what was going to happen. So we can see here the price moved up, and it's really the steepness of the movements that's surprising. Like I say, it's a general trend coming down there, which is fine, and if you get on the back of that, and we're indicating that the horse had shortened earlier in the day, then you could follow that trend in, and that's sort of fair enough. And we see a little bit of a movement there, and then it's obviously indicated down here by the volumes and the spikes that are going in. But then we start to get some action here around about this point, and we can see that the horse is trading here around about sort of 8. Very quickly drops down. As I say, this was around about 6, 6.2. It flattens there, and this is because extraordinary. We got £40,000 goes into the market here, which basically just causes a halt to the whole the whole trading which has been going on. Effectively, it puts a roadblock or a block on the actual price. It sits there. And then some of that is sort of being nibbled at and taken and added to, but obviously all that's happening is money is building on the other side of the book, because it can't go anywhere, and then this money is pulled, and that triggers a very sharp increase. I mean, and this is getting close to the off time now. Very sharp increase here where the price goes up above 7.5. It then dips again. We can see a few little bites there, but obviously this is a massive one that stands out here, and then at the very end, just before the off, it just rockets off again, and that sort of level, I mean, if you drew that as a sort of graph, it is a graph obviously, but if you sort of follow the line on the graph, then that's a crazy sort of movement, bearing in mind the quantity and liquidity of money within the particular race, the quality of the race itself, Group 1 race, the Ascot Gold Cup, the fact that it is horse which is being ridden by the leading jockey, and really what was interesting and what highlighted it even more, I haven't got the actual other graph, but the favourite in the race, Forgotten Rules, was a horse that we were on, and if you listen to our video yesterday where we actually had we're talking about the price boost, that was a horse which got boosted in the morning. It came into at the time when we took the boost, it was hovering around about 3.95 and 4. It come in, I think we got our boost matched off in the end at 3.5, and it sort of flip-flopped between 3.5, 355, 36, 365. Wasn't really going too far else, so that was a fairly sort of stable favourite. So it wasn't like all this action was going on and it was adversely affecting the price on the favourite in the market either. So this was just a massive sort of gamble, and just really one of those moments when you've just got to look back and just say, I really don't know what the hell was going on there. But the important thing really is to recognise is there are certain things which are just out of your control. So despite all the fantastic tools and knowledge and everything that we've got going on within the within the actual group and with the software itself, sometimes you just got to look at things and say, whoa, I don't really want to get too far involved with it. I mean, equally it could go either way, because if you get on the right side of the market, catch a spike like that, happy days, because you've gone from 6 up to sort of 7.6 in a blink of an eye, and that's the other thing. And you can see here the last match price before the off 8.4 when we actually took the screenshot. But conversely, because of again the amount of money involved, if you get on the wrong side of it, it makes a movement as quick as that, then you're sort of left high and dry really, and again you're just chasing the price up, trying to get out of your position, and never really going to know when it's going to stop. Usually the beauty of the high liquid markets at the big meetings is around the stability and the fact that we can pick out the trading range, and we can just get involved between the high and the low area of the range, and that's fine, and we can just scalp away or just take a a small swing trade or something like that. But again, it was just really, and I just really to note, and I've not really seen a graph like that for a long time, and particularly at a bigger meeting as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today on some of the bigger races, but just be wary if you sort of see certain things coming on, and you can generally spot, you'll see these massive figures. I mean, they're just, even in a market that's as busy as this, a spike like that just stands out a mile. So it's a case of taking a look and seeing what's actually going on, and it's just something to be aware of again. And sometimes the best move of all is to make no move at all, let things settle down, find out what's going on, and then enter the market when you're actually happy to and the conditions are right for you. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. I hope you find that useful, and we'll be back with another video very soon. Thank you.